Hi everyone, it's Sunday the 14th of November. Welcome to another one of Alan's angling adventures. We're up the River Adur again today, and on a stretch I haven't fished before, and I'm with Mark today, my mate Mark. He's fishing further down the river on the pole, and we're all set up and ready to go. It's a lovely stretch of river. This is Mock Bridge. I showed you a short clip of the bridge further down there earlier on, and it used to be known as Moke Bridge many years ago. Well, Moke apparently stands for donkey. I don't quite know what the connection is there between donkey and Moke Bridge. I don't know, but anyway, a little bit of history there on Alan's angling adventures. So anyway, we're all set up ready to go. I'm on the waggler. Bait wise, I've got pinkies, I've got red and white maggots, I've got a few worms with me, I've got hemp, which I shall open now, and I've got a bit of ground bait, some dark ground bait today because it's a little on the clear side. In fact, it is on the clear side. I think species wise we are looking at roach, possibly some bream, possibly, maybe a bit later on with the bream, possibly some perch, and we'll see how it goes. Using a keep net today, I'm quite optimistic, I must say. It's a lovely stretch of river, I must admit. A couple of small golf ball sizes of ground bait out there. This shot, look, that's what we've got. Absolutely beautiful, and we'll see how we get on. There won't be no sea trout today, I'm almost sure of. Or brown trout, whatever. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. I'm going to have a cup of tea and I'm going to start fishing, so I'll see you in a mo. I think I just want to get out there and get the feel of the peg. I'll start off on a single pinky. I'm just on a straight peacock waggler. Let's see how it goes. There's a lovely, there we go, straight away, float going under there. It's important I have to get that line behind the waggler. Bit of interest. There we go. Oh, it's come off. Lost that one. But encouraging, there's fish down there. What I'm doing, I'm throwing just a golf ball size of ground bait out probably about every half an hour. That's what I'm going to be doing. So we'll start off on pinkies. And what we'll do a bit later, we'll pop down and see how Mark's getting on. Be a bit further than that. And get the line behind the float, that is. There we go. There we go. Brilliant. And there we go, Mr. Roach. Right. So just keep I'm just using £3 main line, £3 hook length, size 18 hook, and we'll see what we end up with. As I say, Mark's fishing just along from me, a little way down, and we'll pop along a bit later and see how he's getting on. We've got off to a good start anyway. I'm just letting that float trundle down. No, not this time. Yes, it is. Small one. Little rod this time. And what we'll do at the end of the session, we'll have a look and see what we've caught. So we'll start off on pinkies. Get the line behind the float. Ooh, feels a bit better. Well, I think we'll use the net landing net on this one. Don't want to lose them. Oh, it's a nice one. Yes. Oh, cracking fish. Great stuff. Now you're going to hold still for the camera. Look at that, look. What a lovely fish that is. Gorgeous. Look at the bright red fins on it. Look. Really lovely fish. Oh, this is a good start, this is. Right. Show you what I'm doing. I'm casting probably about 3/4 of the way out. There's a shadow over there, shadow of the far bank, and I'm just casting into that shadow and just reeling back a few inches, and I'm sort of on the edge of that shadow, and it's just running through lovely. Just feeding a bit of ground bait, just a golf ball size of ground bait every now and again, not too much at all, and a little bit of hemp and just a 5 or 6 pinkies, and letting them run down on that line and casting in, and then the hook bait of course is running over the bait that I've put in there. So, and it's working a treat at the moment. Bit of interest there. Yeah. Oh, it's come off. I have noticed one thing, the pace of the water has slowed down. The float's going down slower now. It is tidal up here. But of course nowhere near as tidal as what it is on other parts of the river. Certainly not like New Inn and Streatham and stuff. This is one of the places that I wanted to give a go. I need to get a keep feeding that line. Don't just let it go if you don't get it in the right spot. You've got to get it in the right spot.
How we going, my friend?
Right, Mark, I've probably had about 6 or 7 roach.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
How are you getting on, mate?
How the same?
I've noticed one thing, it's slowed down.
What, the river?
Yeah, the pace of the float
Has it?
is slowed down a bit, yeah.
Is it really comfortable there?
Yeah, it's lovely, mate. You had all roach, Mark, have you?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm learning all the time, Mark.
That's it. Massive improvement I can see.
So if it slows right down, do you think it will slow right down?
To be honest, I'm really confused because it's now 9:30. That's 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the fork would now be running back. So no, I don't think so. I don't think it was high enough. Don't get to add a few pinkies in there.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
I'm wondering if we get any bream today, Mark.
Yeah, I don't know. It's quite clear the water. You know when we were plumbing up and we could see a good foot down into the water?
Yeah.
They don't really like that. But they tend to feed in at dusk, if you know what I mean, or very, very early in the morning.
Struck too early at that one.
Yeah. Getting the hang of it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep that line behind the...
Sit and then just follow the rope, follow the
Yeah.
float down with your rod. And once you've got all the way down, you then kind of take your finger off the bail arm and let more line out, pull the rod back up the top. That's it, fantastic. It's going down a treat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolute treat. And if it waggles, you know that the line's taut. So
Do you ever use a centre pin reel, Mark?
no, I don't. They seem to be prone for tangles.
Mm.
I think fixed ball reels were made for a reason.
So I'm on about 6 or 7 roach at the moment. Just missing a few now. I wasn't to begin with. Oh, right, that was a nice bite. Missed it though. Certainly conditions are absolutely perfect, really are. Overcast. So it's a nice stretch of river this. I shall certainly be coming here again. I'm just trying a red maggot now. Trying to get that line behind that float. Oh, yes. Well, the roach are certainly playing ball today. Here we are. Great stuff. Yeah, they seem to have got smaller. So I think the idea now is to use red maggots. Still getting bites. The fish aren't coming quite as regular as they were when I first started. Yep. Oh, it is annoying when that happens. The fish is still there, still getting bites. Here we go. Oh, this is great stuff, this is. I don't know how many that is. I don't know, something like 10 I think at the moment. Fish number 10. All roach. There might have been a rudd there, I think, in amongst them, but nearly all roach. I'm still feeding that same line, still catching from that same line about 3/4 of the way over. I'm just catching now on red maggots more than the pinkies. Perfect. Certainly is perfect day for fishing. Overcast, once again quite mild. I think what we'll do in a minute, I'll pour myself a cup of tea out and we'll pop along and see how Mark's getting on. I think up to now I've probably had about 11 or 12 roach. Right, time wise it's 10 o'clock now. I've just made myself a cup of tea. We're going to walk along and just see how Mark's getting on. Let's go and have a look. How's it going, Mark? Yeah, same with me, mate. I've probably had about 12 to 15 at the moment. Still catching, mate. Still getting plenty of bites. I'm still feeding and fishing the same line. Can't beat this weather though, Mark. It's perfect for it, isn't it? Overcast, mild, lovely. How many do you reckon you've had then, Mark?
50 maybe?
50?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's brilliant, mate, in the time you've been fishing.
I've taken a few from the inside.
Yeah.
And then when it quietens down, put the dog in it.
Right, I think I'd better get back to it. Right, well done, mate. Anyway, I'll catch up there in a minute, Mark. Really well. 50 fish. He's just had a dace as well. And what I've done, I've shallowed up by about 4 inches now. Let's see what happens. That's still there. But to build a weight of fish up, I'm going to have to catch a bloody lot of them of that size. That's why I'm hoping the bigger stamp of fish come in maybe a bit later. Oh, oh, that was a nice bite. Didn't get it, unfortunately. What I've done, I've started feeding another line closer in. In case the bites do start drying up over the far side there. Another roach. This is really enjoyable, this is. So I don't know how many I've caught, fair few. Time wise it's about 10:30 now. Oh, some cracking bites further down the peg, I must admit. There we go. Again, very small though. It hasn't made any difference swapping over to maggots from pinkies. What I might do in a minute is, no harm in it, let's try a caster just to see if we can pick up a bigger stamp of fish. That's the key though, keeping that line behind the float. It's got a lovely, nice pace to it today. It's about where it is now, that it does quite often go under. Bit of interest, and I think we're in. Yep. Again, only a small one though. Very small. So I think what I'm going to do, they don't get much smaller than that. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try a caster. No harm in it. Right, we'll try this caster. I've just hooked the caster through the top, and then it just comes out, the shank of the hook just comes out through the side of the caster. Let's just see where we go from here. Just see if we can pick up a bigger stamp of fish. Certainly. Well, there's your answer. Still the same. We'll persevere with the caster for a bit. As I say, it's a lovely stretch of river. I should certainly be coming up here again. Again, just through the top of the caster and let the shank of the hook out through the side. Straight away. Well, a little bit bigger than the last one anyway. In fact, a fair bit bigger than the last one. There we go. The trick is with this sort of fishing, just keep on feeding and catching as much as you can. This is the sort of fishing I like the best. So I've always wanted a fish mock bridge. It's one of the places that I haven't been to yet. There's certainly plenty of roach up here, no doubt about that. I might even have to shallow up a bit more in a minute. Well, time wise it's about 11 o'clock. Fish is definitely still there. But about half an hour ago I had a pike in my swim, and all of a sudden you saw all the roach scatter about everywhere. So that's probably made a bit of difference. Now I think the fish are a little bit wary now of taking the bait as confidently as they were earlier on. That's what seems to have happened anyway. Don't appear to be too far down the peg. Just give you a really good shot, good view of the peg that I'm fishing here. As you can see. So I'm casting out about there and just letting it run down there. I've probably had about 20 odd roach at the moment. Just a few light spots of rain in the air. It's lovely seeing the colours of the leaves changing now as well. All different shades of red, brown, yellow, green. Beautiful time of the year this is, really is. There's no better place to spend it than on the river fishing. Right, let's get back to trying to catch some fish. It's starting to rain now. I hope it ain't going to be too much. I thought I gave it dry today. If that's the case, I'm going to have to put my camera in its case. And another one. Really enjoying this. Just roach after roach after roach at the moment. Nothing else, just all roach really. Hopefully it won't be too much as far as the rain's concerned. So this is the sort of fishing I like the best. Now this is what I go river fishing for. This is... missed that one. So much going on, you know, on the float and stuff when it's like this. Oh, who's your granddad, eh? Right. Well, it's back to a bite of cast and virtually a fish a cast at the moment. I've certainly switched back on again. I'm going to have to put my camera in its case. That rain's starting to get a bit heavier now. Right, let's check the time, shall we? What's the jolly old time? Well, as we speak, the chimes of the old clock was going. It's 11:15. 11:15. You know what, I've lost count of how many times I've actually got caught up with my hook on this keep net. It is really annoying. So I'm flittering between the three baits really, red maggots, pinkies and casters. I'm catching on all three, but the size of the fish are all the same, virtually. There's no difference. Oh, better. Nah, I thought it was. Yeah, I was misleading. I'll put 2 red maggots on there this time, just to see if it would make any difference. And the float shot under. I thought it was something half decent. I can't seem to get away from that size of fish at the moment. Well, it's good. You know, it shows the river's in great nick, you know, with all these. Here we go again. No. You know, plenty of roach and that in here. Nice condition. You know, plenty of bites. It's fishing well. Not sure exactly how many I've had, but there we go. No. It's never a dull moment when it's like this. Keeps you on your toes all the time. I wonder if it's worth trying a worm in a minute. So we didn't realise that the tide was actually, the water levels were still coming up. I'll put a worm on there now. Let's see if we get any sort of response from it. I think we'll give it one more run through on the worm. I'm back on a pinky now. Blimey, this must be the smallest one of the session. Well, if they go any smaller than this, there'll be sticklebacks. Look at that, look. Really is proving very difficult to find these bigger fish. Well, the old sun's just come out now. catching so many now as I was earlier on. I think what I'm going to do in a minute is shorten the trace a little bit. There we go. They are still there. They are rather muddy looking roach. So at the end of the session we will have a look and see what we've caught. Try a caster, shall we? Can't seem to get through these smaller roach for anything bigger. Let's try a caster. It's quite warm now. A bit of interest there. That's a little bit bigger. Great stuff, look. I'm certainly enjoying this, without any doubt. Oh, missed that one. Well, it's about 12:30 now. I've just had the best fish of the session, this cracking rudd. Look at that, look. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely. I think it's probably about the second rudd I've had, but that's certainly the biggest, without any doubt. Right, let's carry on. That was on red maggot, that was. I'm feeding more regularly now. Really enjoying this. So I've just had a bit of a problem trying to get through these smaller fish. Just maybe the signs that the bigger fish are starting to make an appearance. I'm just fishing a little bit closer in now, where it's slightly faster. Certainly is a wonderful session this, really enjoying it. Oh, that's not a bad roach. We'll do scourger. Great stuff. So I'll certainly be coming back here again. No doubt about that. Oh yes, this is better. And what we got here? Another roach. A bigger one. Oh, it's a nice one. Look. This is brilliant stuff. This is really enjoying it. Putting that feed out more often. Oh, you can tell by the bites that they're a better stamp of fish now. I'm catching them closer in now, where it's running through faster. Ah, lost that one. Really have got them feeding here now. When it's like this, you sort of forget that it's sort of dinner time now. I normally have something to eat now, which I probably will in a minute. I don't want to stop. I want to carry on. I'd like to catch a few more of those rudd, I tell you. Here we go. Don't think I'll stop for a break just yet. Not while the fish are really on the feed now. I mean, this weather's absolutely perfect, absolutely perfect. Back to the small ones again now on this one. I know on my Christmas list this year there'll be a fair few bits to tackle. I need a new landing net. My landing net that I normally would use for this sort of fishing is no good now, it's knackered. So I've had to use my more or less my carp net, my carp landing net, or for a bigger fish. Really back to a fisher cast again now. Yeah, so I need a new landing net. Bits and bobs. Some more hook lengths I need. Right, time wise it's 10 to 1 now, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to have a bite to eat for 10-15 minutes and then get back out there again. So once I do, I'll switch the camera back on again. I'll see you in a minute. It's 1 o'clock now. I've just had a bite to eat. So what we do, we get some more bait out there, although I did put some out there just before I had my dinner. Put a bit more out there. Because they really were having it just before the dinner break. So let's see what we can pick up in the afternoon session. I don't know what time we're here till. I would imagine something like 3, half 3. Got to just let you know I'm using the same float rod as I always use now. Well, when it's a narrow stretch of river I would. My Omni feeder 9 foot, but if I was fishing a wider stretch of river, you know, quite a wide stretch, obviously I'd use a longer rod. The only real places that I fish where the river's wider is up at the fork, so that would probably warrant a longer rod up there. Right, let's see how we get on then in the afternoon session. Oh, not very good like that. Hooked up on the other side just then. What's my maggot? Off we go then. Straight away. It really has been, you know, apart from a little bit quieter now and again, it's been very prolific. and it shows no signs of slowing down. Certainly are bigger fish now to what I was catching this morning. The majority of them, nearly all of them, roach, apart from a couple of rudd. Not sure if any bream's going to turn up today. This water's pretty clear. I know Mark's had one or two perch, which I haven't had yet. Certainly is a fisher chuck. As far as the next session goes, not sure yet. Not sure when. It won't be for a few weeks. Somewhere in December, I would have thought now. You know, with Christmas not that far away. Frightening really, isn't it? You know. I'm really a bit busy over the next few weeks, so I don't know when I'll be out again after this one. Certainly will be somewhere next month in December, I would have thought. Oh. Oh. That was on a caster. Don't know what number this is. Got no idea. A very fruitful session this is turning out to be, really is. It's just non-stop action. So what we're going to try now, I'm going to try a double caster and just see what happens. Right, double caster. I was hoping to catch a few more of those rudd, but I haven't had any more since. Oh, cool, that sunk down, that did. Right, okay. That looked a much better bite. That was on double caster. Let's try that again. Could just unlock something a bit different, or something a bit bigger. That certainly looked it by the way the float went under. still they keep coming. Queuing up down there today, I tell you. Funny that you get days when you can't buy a bite. I must admit, conditions are absolutely spot on. When I come here this morning and saw this, I thought, Alan, there's just no excuse for not catching today. So I've kept that feed going in all the time, every so often. It's absolutely fizzing with fish out there now, as it has been for the last hour or so. I haven't tried a white maggot today. I will try one in a minute, just to see what happens with it. Right, let's try a white maggot, see what happens there, shall we? Let's see if they're interested. It's strange, as soon as you put a white maggot on, nothing happens. Nope. Right, okay. If they don't want a white maggot, then we won't give them a white maggot, we'll give them the red. Although it's been chewed, so something's been at it. Straight away. Oh, I lost that one. Oh, it's a shame. It's a little bit bigger, that one, as well. Just hope any rain leaves off. We've had a few very, very light showers this morning, but apart from that, we've been lucky, really. Although I don't think they gave any rain for here today. More or less as soon as it hits the water. Yes. Albeit another small one. But most welcome. Let's do a single cast to show you. Shame I can't pick up any more of those rudd. we go. Yes. I'll just let it run a bit further down the peg this time. Oh, it's not a bad roach. Yeah. That's letting it run further down, much further down actually, on a single caster. Right. Really enjoying this. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff. So I think I'll persevere with single caster now for a while. Yeah, lovely days fishing in mid-November at Mockbridge. So I've started off this morning, a good part of the morning session, fishing over the far side, or more 3/4 of the way across. So I've fed a line down there, and I had quite a few this morning on that. But I've also been feeding down the centre, and it's down the centre which I'm catching more from now. So it definitely pays to feed more than one line. Because the chances are the fish aren't going to stay there throughout the whole session. They're going to move around. And today I've actually got my feeding right, which I can sometimes mess up, I must admit, but today I've got it right. You know, and they're really out in front of me everywhere now. And most of these are now coming on red maggot. I don't mind giving it a go for chub up here, I tell you. I'll show you why in a minute. Certainly a place where you can rove around for chub up here, no doubt. This is bordering on probably the most I've ever had on the river, as amount wise. not size wise but amount wise. Let's just pan the camera around. I'll show you what I mean, where I think it could be good for chub fishing up here. Look, that's in this peg, and there's a few pegs like that up here. Look at that. You know, you would imagine there's possibly chub down there. Let's say all the way along there. Certainly a place where you can do a bit of roving. I might do that one day. Oh, I wasn't even fishing. Gee, that's how easy it is, Mark. Have you used the feeder up there, Mark, at all, or not?
Yeah, I have.
Any success?
No, but Colin had 9 bream.
Right.
But what they always feed after it's just flooded.
Right.
You know, they must feed, obviously.
Yeah.
But probably at night, aren't they?
Yeah. No, not this time.
No?
I only had a few from down there. Most of them have been out here.
Out behind that feed, haven't they?
Yeah.
There's no point in mucking about down there.
Nah. Oh. You just catch one,
like
reeling in.
peas, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any casters that you've got left over, and you put them in a plastic bag, make sure it's sealed, get as much air out of it as absolutely possible. If you squeeze it all out,
Yeah.
they'll last for 2 or 3 weeks.
Do they?
Yeah,
Right, because I've got a pack there unopened.
yeah, perfect. They're lovely casters, I'll tell you.
Yeah, right, Mark, aren't they?
Yeah, they from
Scotty's, down the square.
Leave you to it then for the last
Right,
half hour.
yep, okay, Mark.
Well done.
I'll come down to you, Mark, when
Yeah, no worries.
I'll pack up at 20 past half 2.
Yeah, call it a day at 2:30.
Yep, okay then, Mark. Cheers, mate. So the next session won't be for a couple of weeks now, at least a couple of weeks, at least that. As I say, I'm not sure where yet. I should definitely be back up here again. Must admit, it's nice to have my chair with me today as well. You know, I just can't manage it all on my bike. Oh, that's a shame. The one that got away. Just literally as soon as the float hits the water. I wouldn't be surprised around when it gets dark this evening that those breams start moving in. Another a really small rudd this time, really tiny rudd. Oh, gosh, that went down as if it was something really big. Definitely a day for the keep net. I was saying earlier about the bridge itself, Mock Bridge, M-O-C-K. It used to be spelt M-O-K-E, I believe. Years ago. And as I said to you, that stands, apparently it stands for the word donkey. So I don't quite know what that's got to do with the bridge, I don't know. Right, let's check the time. Let's check the time. Right, 8 minutes past 2, so we've still got another 20 minutes. Build that weight up in the net. I'm going to have a lot of bait over here, I must admit. There's a bit more out there. Really giving it to them now. You know, I'm not holding back on the amount of bait I'm putting out there, because there's so many out there now. What I'll do in a minute, I'll switch the camera off because I don't want the battery to run out just at the point where I'm about to show you exactly what I've caught in the net. So I'm not sure how much I've got left on this battery. I've got 2 batteries for this camera and I think they last roughly around an hour and a half each. So this is an entirely different stretch of river to what you get at New Inn, where I fished a couple of videos back. It's amazing how many different stretches of river you can fish, and the way it flows is completely different one to the next, you know. Now back to the real small ones again. Oh, something moved over there, just under those hanging branches. I wonder what that was. Caused some ripples on the water. So I've never fished over there today. It looks quite chubby. Tell you what, I will just flick a maggot out over there and just see if anything happens. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put a caster on. Put a caster on. I'll just flick it out over there. Now nothing might happen, but we'll see. That was around where the fish something there. Oh, no, I'm not fishing there. Snags. I have to remember that. Right. Keep away from there, Alan. Just the time. How long we got? 20 past. Right, okay, into the last 10 minutes now. Let's just see if we can winkle out a couple more before we pack up. Well, I might make this the last cast. Right, let's make this the last one, I think. I look forward to seeing exactly what I've caught. I must admit, it's been very quiet up here. Very, very quiet. Just seen the odd person walking past over on the far bank, but right, I think that might be it. Oh, okay, we'll finish off with this one. At least I've caught one more anyway. The final fish of the session. Tiny little rudd. Right, and we will now in a minute see exactly what we've caught. Right, the time has come to see exactly how many we've caught. I know Mark's done very well. He's had a lot of roach, mostly roach, most of them roach. I think the odd perch and the odd dace. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all, look at that. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Yeah, I'd say a couple of nice rudd I had. This one, that was one, beautiful, and this one, just slightly smaller. So I had two really nice rudd. So let's put them back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, another night, another rudd. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice one. 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Nice roach. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Oh, I had this nice roach, didn't I, as well? That was nice. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 64, the two there, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 1, 2, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, one more, and number 86. So 86 fish in that session. That was brilliant, really enjoyed that. And out of those 86, probably about 4 of them were rudd and the rest of them were all roach. Thoroughly enjoyable session that at Mockbridge. Right, so all I can say is thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed that, really did. I should definitely be back up here again without any doubt. Enjoy your own angling. So I said to you earlier, I'm not sure when I'll be out again, probably a few weeks time, somewhere in December now. Enjoy your own angling, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now. Just give you one more shot from up here. Of where I was fishing. So that's what I reckon, there must be chub down there. You would have thought so. Might come up here one day and give it a go. A roving session up here without any doubt. Just like to also say a very big thank you to Mark for bringing me up here today, without any doubt. Thank you very much, Mark, you know, and all for your kind help and advice again. Do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, so once again, enjoy your own angling, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now.